Most people grow up believing that the path to financial security is simple. Go to school, get a good job, work hard, and earn a steady paycheck. For decades, that formula worked for many people. But today, the financial world looks very different. Relying on a single source of income has become one of the biggest financial risks a person can take. If your only source of income is your job, your entire financial life depends on that one paycheck. If something happens to that job, whether it's layoffs, economic downturns, or unexpected life changes, your income disappears instantly. This is why many financially successful people focus on building something called multiple income streams. Instead of relying on just one paycheck, they create different ways for money to come in. These income streams may start small at first, but over time they can grow into powerful financial systems that provide stability, flexibility, and eventually financial freedom. The good news is that building multiple income streams does not require you to be rich. You don't need tens of thousands of dollars to start. In fact, many people begin creating additional income streams with very little money, and sometimes with no money at all. In this video, we're going to break down exactly how multiple income streams work, the different types that exist, and how beginners can start building them step by step, even if they're starting from zero. An income stream is simply a source of money that regularly brings income into your life. For most people, their primary income stream is their salary or wages from a job. But that is only one type of income. Financially successful individuals often develop several income streams at the same time. Some of these require active work, while others generate money more passively. Over time, the goal is to build a system where income continues to flow, even when you're not actively working for every dollar. Now let's explore the main types of income streams that people use to build wealth. The first type of income is called earned income. Earned income is the money you receive from working. This includes your salary, hourly wages, freelance work, or any type of compensation for the time and effort you invest. For most people, this is where their financial journey begins. A job provides stability, structure, and the initial capital needed to start building other income streams. While earned income is important, it also has limitations. Your time and energy are limited resources. There are only so many hours you can work in a day, and eventually you reach a ceiling on how much you can earn from your time alone. This is why many people begin exploring additional income streams that are less dependent on time. The second type of income is investment income. Investment income comes from putting your money into assets that grow or produce returns over time. This includes things like stocks, index funds, bonds, or other financial investments. When you invest in the stock market, you are essentially purchasing ownership in companies. If those companies grow and become more valuable, the value of your investments can increase. Some investments also generate dividends, which are payments made to shareholders from company profits. The powerful thing about investment income is that once the money is invested, it can continue growing without requiring daily effort. However, investing usually requires some starting capital, which is why many people begin with earned income and gradually move into investment income. The third type of income is business income. Business income comes from owning or operating a business that generates profits. This could be anything from a traditional company to a small online business. For example, someone might start a freelance service, an online store, or a consulting business. In the beginning, business income often requires a lot of time and effort. But if the business grows successfully, it can eventually generate income beyond what a traditional job might offer. Some businesses can even operate with minimal daily involvement once systems and teams are in place. The fourth type of income is passive income. Passive income refers to income that continues to generate money with little ongoing effort after the initial work is completed. Examples include digital products, online courses, royalties from creative work, and certain types of investments. For instance, someone might spend time creating a digital course or writing a book. Once that product exists, it can be sold repeatedly without requiring the same amount of work each time. While passive income sounds appealing, it's important to understand that it usually requires significant effort upfront. The word passive simply means that the income continues after the main work is done. The fifth type of income is asset income. Asset income comes from owning valuable assets that produce revenue. Real estate is a common example. Rental properties can generate monthly income from tenants, while also potentially increasing in value over time. Other assets may include intellectual property, licensing agreements, or investments that generate consistent returns. Assets are powerful because they create systems that produce income independently from your time. Now that we understand the different types of income streams, the next question becomes, how can someone actually start building them? The process usually begins with a simple principle: using your primary income to create opportunities for additional income. In other words, your first income stream helps you build the next one. For example, someone might start with a regular job. From that job, they begin saving a small portion of their income each month. Over time, those savings can be used to invest in financial markets, start a small business, or develop a project that generates additional revenue. The key is consistency. Building income streams rarely happens overnight. Instead, it happens gradually through repeated actions and smart decisions. Let's break down a practical step-by-step approach for beginners. The first step is gaining control of your finances. Before building multiple income streams, it's important to understand your current financial situation. This means tracking your income, expenses, and savings. Many people are surprised when they actually analyze where their money goes each month. Small expenses can accumulate quickly, leaving little room for saving or investing. By gaining awareness of your spending habits, you can identify opportunities to redirect money toward building income streams. The second step is building an initial financial cushion. Even a small emergency fund can make a significant difference in your financial stability. Having a cushion protects you from unexpected expenses and prevents you from relying on high-interest debt. Once you have some financial stability, you can begin allocating money toward investments or projects that generate additional income. The third step is learning valuable skills. Skills are one of the most powerful tools for increasing income potential. For example, skills in areas like digital marketing, programming, graphic design, writing, or data analysis can open the door to freelance opportunities or online businesses. In today's digital world, many of these skills can be learned through online courses, tutorials, or practice. The fourth step is starting small side projects. Many successful income streams begin as small side projects. Someone might start freelancing on the weekends, creating online content, or building a small digital product. These projects may not generate much income at first, but they provide valuable experience and potential for growth. The fifth step is reinvesting income. One of the most important habits in building wealth is reinvesting. When additional income begins to appear, many people are tempted to spend it immediately. But financially successful individuals often take a different approach. Instead of spending new income streams, they reinvest them into additional opportunities. For example, profits from a side business might be invested into stocks. Investment returns might be used to fund a new project or expand an existing one. Over time, this creates a powerful cycle of growth. Another important concept in building multiple income streams is diversification. Diversification means spreading your income sources across different areas. This reduces risk because if one income stream slows down or disappears, others can continue providing financial support. For example, someone might have a job, investments in the stock market, and a small online business. Each of these sources contributes to their overall financial stability. When people rely on only one source of income, they become vulnerable to unexpected changes. But when income comes from multiple directions, financial security increases dramatically. It's also important to understand that building multiple income streams takes patience. Many beginners expect immediate results, but the reality is that most income streams take time to develop. A business may take months or years to become profitable. Investments require time to grow. Skills take time to master. But the long-term rewards can be significant. Over time, additional income streams can begin covering living expenses, funding investments, and creating financial independence. At that point, work becomes less about survival and more about choice. People who successfully build multiple income streams often share a common mindset. They focus on opportunities rather than limitations. This shift in thinking encourages creativity and problem-solving. The modern economy offers more opportunities than ever before to create income. Online platforms, digital products, freelance marketplaces, and global communication have made it easier than ever to reach customers or clients around the world. Of course, not every opportunity will succeed. Some projects will fail, some investments will perform poorly. But each experience provides valuable lessons that help refine future decisions. Successful individuals understand that failure is part of the process. They treat setbacks as feedback rather than final outcomes. Eventually, through experimentation and persistence, successful income streams begin to emerge. This flexibility allows people to make better financial decisions, pursue meaningful projects, and invest in long-term opportunities. For many people, this is the path toward financial freedom. Financial freedom does not necessarily mean becoming extremely wealthy. It means reaching a point where your income streams can support your lifestyle without constant stress or dependence on a single job. And the journey toward that goal usually begins with a single step, one small income stream, then another, then another. Over time, those streams grow into a financial ecosystem that supports your goals, your ambitions, and your future. The most important thing is simply getting started. Because the earlier you begin building income streams, the more time they have to grow. And time, more than anything else, is the most powerful asset you have when it comes to building wealth.